first off, I need to let you know you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey. Word. Of course, you know, this is Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of a Simple production. Line always on point. That line always on point. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. We have conquered another bottle of water, family. We conquered another bottle of water. Hopefully you're toasting with me. You drinking with me. The day is the day is Imani. I want to say great Imani to each and every last one of you. As a matter of fact, I need to share with a brother because he's telling me, some people are telling me that the toast is not popping up on a timeline. So I'm going to invite people that I know are usually toasting with us so we can have this conversation, family, because it's important that we had this conversation. Now, I was laying down and I woke up. I'm going to set this for. They're trying to make me set up when I'm going to have my computer reset. Show more notifications today at 1:09. All right, family, because we have today we have the going home ceremony for brother Imhotep Wellman. It'll be at the Millennium Community School. I got to get over there and set it up. So we will be discussing. We'll be having that, but also, so I'm doing this a little bit early so I get out there. But I woke up this morning and one of my sisters posted up something very interesting, and I want to kind of cover this. But first, we're going to do our toast, right? But at least I want to put this on your mind. This is from Sister Navita Nelson. She posted this up on her timeline, and I'm just, because I go through real quick. Because I don't try to spend a lot of time on Facebook. Y'all probably don't believe me, right? You know what I'm saying? Unless there's direct conversations that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? Like and share the video, family, because we need because I want to ask this question because also somebody plug Elder Wakesa in. Let me see if he's on my list, because this is the reason why. Because I want to go through the questions that he teaches during his workshop. Right? Because the question we got to ask about this whole Kwanzaa piece, if people don't want to celebrate it, right, and they have certain feelings for it, what feelings do they have for it? And Elder Wakesa broke it down into 3 major feelings: mad, sad, or scared. So are people mad about Kwanzaa? Are people sad about Kwanzaa? Are people scared about Kwanzaa? But then even deeper, we got to go into the question of, is it Kwanzaa or is it blackness? Because all Kwanzaa is a cultural expression of who we are. So if you're mad and don't celebrate Kwanzaa, is it truly because of Kwanzaa or is it because of blackness? Are you mad, sad, or scared, or any combination of those 3 about that? Though that's what we got to deal with, because Kwanzaa is not the question. The question is, are we mad, sad, or scared about who we are? And Elder Wakesa got some key questions that we can ask to help you resolve this issue if you really want to resolve it. Right? Now, I know already I'm preaching to the choir. So I don't even have to go into all that with y'all. Get some of your friends on here who have beef with Kwanzaa, who have differences with Kwanzaa, because really the question comes down to, are you mad, sad, or scared about being black? Because you can't escape it. You could try. We could, y'all see me with my ties. We could try to hide it behind the ties. We could try to hide it behind the suits. We could try to hide it behind the material consumption that we go through. But it's not going nowhere, family. So let me read Navita's post, and then we're going to get into this toast. Lines are open. Lines are open at 614-556-4535. But I'm asking you to hold off until after we pour these live, after we do this toast, because I want to have this conversation with y'all. I'm going to post it up on the timeline. But Sister Navita says, Jewish folks celebrate Hanukkah, and folks don't seem to be offended by that. Mention Kwanzaa, and some of them, those same folks that have no issue with Hanukkah, frown their faces up at the notion of Kwanzaa. Why does it seem there's a problem when black folks attempt to do anything cultural? We are Africans of the diaspora. Hell, the Irish can even celebrate St. Patrick's Day. People do Halloween, but Kwanzaa, you on that black stuff? Anyone care to explain that to me? We need to have this conversation, family. All right. So, let me go to my home page. Let me like and share the video. I know that sounds crazy. I gotta like and share my own videos, but it ain't. I ain't up to that point yet. Let me go on and share it. We're going to share it on the page. I'm going to share it on Gye-Nyame Journey, of course. Yep, post. We're going to share it on the 21. Yep, the 21 Day and Goose Sour Challenge is still popping off, family. We're going to share it on Gye-Nyame Journey page. If somebody out there got access to the Kwanzaa 360, Columbus Kwanzaa 365, please share it on there for me, please. We're going to share it on that. We're going to share it on the Folk Tales for Grown Folks page. Yep, I got a page for that one too, family. I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to use these electronic tools to build. You know what I'm saying? One more. I'm going to share one more. We got that Folk Tales for Grown Folks. We need to get in here and we need to have this talk. We family. We got to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to know how to address those folks that are uncomfortable with their blackness, right? We got to know how to address that. We got to know how to have a conversation, and then hopefully some of them will join the conversation and let us know. You know what I'm saying? Let us know that we're crazy. Let us know that we're wrong. Let us know that because please address the origins of Kwanzaa. I was asked if a white man created Kwanzaa. No, a white man did not create Kwanzaa. Now, there have been historical questions about the framework of Kwanzaa in a development. Kwanzaa was started in, I think, 1966 by an elder by the name of Maulana Karenga. Now, Maulana Karenga had an organization called US, and one of the pieces that he used to help solidify his organization was a celebration based on African harvest festivals. You know what I'm saying? So and we got to understand, Donald Trump screams about false news, right? We also have had to deal, he just, as a white man, he's just now having to deal with false news. As black folks, we've been dealing with false news since we got off the ships. You know what I'm saying? So, false news. Now, and then I'm going to state this. Sister Navita brings up a very important point. The Harvest Festival is celebrated all over Africa, family. So, the issue at hand is not the founder of Kwanzaa, but as black people in America, do we have the right to celebrate a harvest festival? Why are harvest festivals celebrated? Harvest celebrations are done to help bring the community together at a full time of the year. What I mean by a full time of the year is when everybody have food. We have an abundance of something, an abundance of food during the harvest time. And what we do is we come together and we celebrate our work. We celebrate our victories. We We come together and even mourn some of our losses during the year. This is This is African to the core, because it is a cultural and it's a communal organization, right? That everybody participates and everybody is supposed to come and share part of their harvest of the year. So, those people that's out there screaming, it was a white man that started Kwanzaa. See, this is the type of shit we got to stop. Motherfuckers that's spreading false information. People that are spreading false facts about blackness, about us. We have to be in a capacity to shut them motherfuckers down. You know what I'm saying? Shut their pages down. Get them off your timelines, because they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they argue about stupid shit. Right? See, now, let me ask you a question. Let's say a white man did create Kwanzaa, or a white woman, because I heard that one too. A white Jewish woman, by the way, that helped him, boom, boom, boom. Because you got people that are study and any connection, like, for example, 5 years from now, and after I got about a couple of hundred people joining me for the toast every day, and mark my words, after we doing the toast for a couple of years, and we got hundreds of people toasting with us every day, and the energy is building up, you're going to hear a conspiracy about it being a white man or some white man behind me. But I already know. I got my core with me, and they already know. They see me struggling. Shit, when a plate go around during the Tawi Village, shit, I'm putting in dollar bills. So y'all already know I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't shit behind me. And the whole piece is the same thing with Kwanzaa. Y'all got to be clear about that, family. This is our shit. See, now, because a lot of people, like, I'm not thrilled about the whole piece of the whole Milana Karinga connection piece, right? Because my elders taught me something different, right? But the idea, the principles, family. Who can't benefit from unity? We can't benefit from Umoja. We can't benefit from self-determination. We can't, you know what I'm saying? See, this is what bothers me. Just like with religion, right? Black folks, we start to argue about the petty shit. Think about that. We start to argue about the history in religion rather than the actual principles that come from it. This is why I could get along with Christians. This is why I could get along with Muslims. This is why I could get along with people that push Kemet. I could get along with all of them. Why? Because when it gets down to it, all of them are talking about the same principles. But when you want to start getting into the historical argument and the reality argument, I crush all of y'all. I crush them all. Right? I crush them all. Because the whole piece is, when you start trying to make your stuff fit into history, it don't work. It don't work. You can't fit Christianity into history. And you can sit around and do all the research that you want. It don't fit. It don't fit. You can't fit everyone to history. It don't fit. You can't fit Allah into history. It don't fit. But I tell you where it does fit. It fits in the mythic reality. And as black folks, we have always had a relationship with the mythic realm. And from the mythic realm, we get the idea of how to live our life. Miss Nicole Pittman said it's about the principles. And Navita Nelson says it's about the principles. Christine Lowe say Navita Nelson, a friend of mine who I invited, said that to me about a wine man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I missed that piece. I missed that part. But family, we have to get down to the fact that when we dealing with a lot of this stuff, the religion, the holidays, we're moving into mythic times. It's a mythic discussion, right? But even deeper, family. Hold on, my kids left the damn door open because they want to be hard. They imitate me. So as I start talking, they start talking, right? So we need to know that our children imitate us. But family, the question of that Sister Navita rose this morning about Kwanzaa goes much deeper. It's not that people are scared of Kwanzaa, mad about Kwanzaa, sad about Kwanzaa. They're mad, sad, scared, or all three of them together of blackness. They feel that blackness is a threat, and they don't want to threaten their masters. We have been trained not to threaten our masters. So when we start clinging to cultural things, right, we get a segment of our people who start trying to push away from it and move away from it because it's uncomfortable to their master. And then on top of that, a lot of us don't realize, unlike our West Asian friends, that we are in a mythic, or a generational battle, a generational war. See, when you read it's a book by Chancellor Williams called The Destruction of Black Civilization. He lays out how over generations people moved into Northeast Africa. Northeast Africa and around Egypt. They built up and eventually moved in because they understood the concept of generational war. This war doesn't end when you die, family. We come and we are reborn back into it. They realize that. We don't. So we think we lost. So we just give up and I just might as well live my life and kick it and, you know what I'm saying, pop these bottles and shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? I might as well just live my life. But family, this is a generational thing. We have to prepare generations after us to understand that it is not over. It's not over. This thing didn't start with the slave ships, and it's not going to end with your life. It's going to continue until we get what's ours. Understand that. Kwanzaa reminds people of that, family, and it makes them uncomfortable. It makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because they can't live in their illusions any longer. These people, man, listen. And I know we all got, in our careers, in our personal life, we all got friends that come from different cultures. But all these people understand that their culture is the most important thing. They won't say it to you. No. And they shouldn't. But you shouldn't be ashamed of being you. See, because I'm reading the annotated African American folktales right now. And do you know that for the first part of the 19th century, a lot of black folks was trying to get rid of folktales because it reminded people of slavery, and we wanted to put that behind us. But everybody know from watching movies and watching TV what psychologists say, what happens when you repress something. When you repress something, it springs up in another part of your life, and it starts destroying you. We can't repress who we are. This is why it bothers me when people tell me, brother, I tell me, too black. Shit. Motherfuckers say too black to me, I say too strong. You know, I ain't got time for that. So let's pour these libations. Let me post up this number so for folks that might want to call in, you call in lines 614-556-4535. And don't worry about the lines. I don't know, maybe some of y'all ain't calling in because y'all worried about the lines. But family, let me tell you, I can hold up to 100 people. You know what I'm saying? My wife done yelled at me already because I'm spending money and shit like that. Listen, I take what I do very seriously. I honestly believe that this tool right here, this camera and this the ability for me to podcast are weapons that I'm using in this battle, family, this ongoing battle. It's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I wield my weapons. I practice my weapons every day. right? I'm not doing the martial arts like I was before, but I still stay a little warmed up. But I know for a fact, if you want to get good at anything, you got to practice it. We got shouts out to Marsha Nicole. She said, is it true the founder was involved with the government? And he probably was. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the issues, right? But now I got a question for you. Is the celebration good? Was it a good idea? See, because sometimes you got to understand, man, our ancestors work in strange ways. And oftentimes, we miss our blessings because we don't see that in our struggle is where our blessings come from. So we avoid our struggles. Family, listen. You could plan to curse me, but my ancestors already shielded me, and that shit is going to be transformed into a blessing. I done been through it. Listen, one of the best periods of my life is when I got shot. Because when I got shot by another black man, right? When I got shot, life opened up for me. I'm telling you, our ancestors work in crazy, strange ways that you can't even explain. Kwanzaa, regardless of what the so-called founder was involved with, Kwanzaa is a powerful holiday, is a cultural stabilizer, right? And it's like we want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Listen to what our elders and our ancestors say to us. Let's start going through, you know what I'm saying? Because the same people that's researching and able to give you this information about COINTELPRO can't give you shit from what our ancestors said about life. The fact of the matter is, listen, think about it. You know what I'm saying? You got all these conspiracy people, but none, see, and this is what bothers me, right? Motherfuckers, where's your conspiracy? You doing all the research on what the enemy doing. Where's our motherfucking conspiracy? You know what I'm saying? We got all this knowledge. We know about the Trilateral Commission. We know about the Rockefellers. We know about we know about the aliens. We know about the flat earth. We know about all, but where is the wisdom from our ancestors that will free us from all this shit? Where's our conspiracy? I'm telling you where it is. It's with us waking up, toasting our ancestors every day, because our ancestors speak through us through strange ways. So I'm like this, family. If you don't want to celebrate Kwanzaa, cool. But then, once again, it gets back to the question, is Kwanzaa really the issue? Because COINTELPRO never stopped. They're coming after us anyway. Regardless of whether you super black or not, all you got to do is get into the proximity of power, and you immediately become a target. So you might as well get involved with the wisdom of your people. Because we had and we have some very wise and ingenious individuals in our history and in our families. Right now. Some of y'all walking past your grandparents and you don't even know what their involvement was in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s. We don't even ask the question. That's a whole different time. But we missed the lessons. We missed the power, family. So let's do this toast real quick, and I'm going to open up the lines, because I'm going to give you a prescription for those individuals. We got Elder Wakesa came and did a workshop for us, and he gave us an emotional spectrum through which we could focus in and help people deal with their problem with blackness, because people are not having a problem with Kwanzaa, they're having a problem with blackness. This is the bottom line fact. This is why we run to anything that anybody is saying that is close enough to black, but not all the way black. You understand what I'm saying? You know, this is why we seek refuge in those things that pull us away from Africa. This is why we seek that refuge, family, because we're ashamed. But I need to tell y'all, the battle is not over. The war is not over. You are a generational people. You come from a generational people. And for those that don't understand what that means very simply is that we come back. We come back through our bloodline. That heaven shit, that was some shit created by some other people for another group of people. You have always dealt with ancestors. This is why in the old days, people used to wait a long time to name children because they wanted to see who came back. Y'all, I mean, some of y'all might be old enough to remember this, right? We party at funerals, cry at births, because we know we always come back through our bloodline. I'm not one of those that's into the reincarnation, like you come back as a rock or a dog or no, you come back through your bloodline. This is why it's important that you put your work in now. You start laying the foundations now. You start plugging your children into cultural stabilizers like Kwanzaa now. Because our kids will take it to a whole nother level, family. But hey, let's go and do this toast real quick. I'm going to make a quick toast and then we can continue the conversation, because the ancestors are waiting. And we don't want to keep our ancestors waiting. All right. All right, cool. Brother Stephen Allen, I'm gonna get at you in a second, bruh. Here we go. I got this. This is that fresh Ambrosia, pretty young. Woo, people calling. Man, I get them. People need to realize the first harvest existed before Malana Karinga. How many know who founded Christmas in the United States? Navita out there throwing bricks. Right? I got people calling in. I put the call-in number. If you want to talk to me, call me at 614-556-4535. You know what I'm saying? Post it up for people so that they make sure people see that. You know what I'm saying? So they can stop calling on my damn phone. You know what I'm saying? It's been in use. Sister Navita's out there throwing bricks. Who started Christmas? I never hear that as part of the question when y'all go into those celebrations. Hell, who started Thanksgiving? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You black folks going around to different people's houses talking about you don't celebrate going and eating and stuff. You know, come on now. Hell, who started St. Patrick's Day? Somebody tell me. You know what I'm saying? Who started, you know what I'm saying? Who started these days? Right? But let me tell you something about Kwanzaa and the placement of Kwanzaa. This is how my ancestors work. Check this out. Sister Navita already pointed out that there's always been first harvest or harvest celebration. Not first, but harvest celebrations all throughout Africa and all throughout the world. Because why? Because when the harvest comes, we have stuff. I explained that piece, right? But let's look at the placement of Kwanzaa, right? If we go all the way back to Kemet, there was a point in period in time in Kemet where they had 5 mythic days. What do I mean? At the end of the year, to balance out the year, because the year was a 360-day cycle, right? Right? At least they thought. But they started seeing that they started losing time. So the wise people in the society, the priest, came up with 5 sacred days. These days wasn't counted on the calendar, and these days were celebration days at the end of the year. When is Kwanzaa? When you know what I'm saying? When can you send me the list of ancestors? I definitely can. I'll do that. If you coming, I don't know if you're going to be at the celebration. When I try, can you send me a list of the answers? When I try to open it on the page, it takes me to the podcast site. Okay, cool. Because that's just a pin-up picture. I'll send you the list of the ancestors. Just remind me after the show because I'm going to do that before I get out of here to go open up for Elder Amatep. And if you come in there, you can remind me there, or you can send me a text about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll make sure I post it up and make it available. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up on the timeline as well as share it with those that want to be shared with on in Messenger or something. All right? No problem. All right? So, but yo, those five sacred days. Each one of those days was for a deity. Now, each deity represented a principle. We got 7. They had 5. Asar, Aset, Set, Heru the elder, and Nebtet. Actually, it went like this. Asar, Aset, Heru the elder, Nebtet, and Set. Alright? So, and those days, they celebrated. Each one of those individuals represent a principle, represent a skill, represent something. Because we got to understand, family, when we really start looking into our history, we start stripping away a lot of the religious belief. You start stripping it away. See, because those deities brought actual physical skills. Each one of them represented a physical skill or a set of skills that individuals that worshiped them or individuals that followed them mastered. Not just spirituality. Not just sitting down and praying. Like we look at our set. Our set deals with domestication of animals, agriculture. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You see that I'm doing something. Back up. Real life here, Gye-Nyame. She don't care. Good morning, Joe Berry. Let me send out my shots to y'all before I send out the shots to the ancestors. So shouts out to Tiffany Smith. Shouts out to Brother Nehemiah. Shouts out to C. Lowe. Shouts out to Sister Angela. Shouts out to Sister Navita. Shouts out to Nicole Pittman. Shouts out to Marsha. Shouts out to Joe Berry. Shouts out to Deion Watson. So we up and let's get these glasses. Y'all got y'all glasses. We grown folks. Don't be coming with no plastic or paper cups. I accept wood. And if anybody want to give me a Kwanzaa gift, you give me a wood cup so that we can have these libations in the morning. just a side Kwanzaa announcement. Kwanzaa. Matter of fact, yesterday we had the HBCU thing. It was a nice turnout. But we going to build up. Oh, Brother Anubis is up. Brother Anubis, we're going to have to talk about that Star Wars, man. That shit. But hold on. We talking about Kwanzaa right now. I'm sorry. But that shit. Woo, man. Brother Renee. Oh, Brother Renee's on. All right. Where Brother Kwame at? Somebody said, I sent the message out to Kwame. Where Brother Kwame at? But we about to toast these ancestors. First, toasting the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We call on that great power, that great source, the first ancestor. That's right. The ancestor, the Creator is your first ancestor, which means that you are related to greatness, power, magnificence, awesomeness. Right? So we lift up our glass to the Creator. And in lifting the glass to the Creator, we are lifting the glass to ourselves. And we say, Ashe. From their family. From there. Excuse me. Sasha and Gina. I'm doing my show. I don't know why y'all that close to me having a conversation. If you're not going to join the toast, turn that fan off and go downstairs. Either way, turn the fan off and go downstairs. Calling on our personal ass. This is real life here, Gye-Nyame family. I love my children. I love them. Help me. Pour libations for parenthood. You know what I'm saying? Pour a libation for the parents out there. Because we dealing with a whole different beast when we start talking about these children here. They not as tough as we were. I don't know. Hey, we dealing with, you know what I'm saying? But they smart. So we lift up our glass to our personal ancestors. Remember our grandmothers, our grandfathers. And remember all those individuals that made it possible for us to be here, because right now, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you are standing on the shoulders of those that came before you. And as I constantly remember, y'all family, there are, if you just go back 20 generations, it took 1 million, over 1 million people being in the right place at the right time for you to be born. I want you to think about that. 1 million. Just going back. So that means, here, Gina. All right. So we're going to toast those ancestors. We lift up our glass to those whose shoulder we stand upon, and I'm going to read our list. This is our family list, and the list can grow, family. It don't have to stop here. All y'all got to do is keep on giving me the names, and I'll keep reading, which means I have to cut down my commentary at the beginning because we may have 1,000 names. Hell, you know what I'm saying? I might need help, you know? Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappet, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L., Nomo X, Pet Mara, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred, okay, cool. Let me stop right there for 1 second, right? Brian Watson Jr. and Kaneko Parsons, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley and the Luster brothers, Mrs. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Cawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker. There you go, wasting ambrosia, girl.
I'm sorry.
Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., real life here, Gye-Nyame.
Peepaw.
Carolyn D. Russell, thank you, Sash. Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Burry Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Agosa Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury, Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Mary B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. Smith Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worlds, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Gross, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Hamiltep, which we will be celebrating his homegoing today, Elder Amotep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lisa and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. We lift our glass and we say Ashe. Family, when you doing this, make sure you do your ancestors first. So when I'm going to send a list out, but read your ancestors first. Now, most of those are grouped into the order in which they came. You can find your group, cut and paste, move them to the top, move all the other ones down. Start with your ancestors first, please. Do not stick to my list, because my list, throw my ancestors up there first, right? Your list needs to have your ancestors first. We're celebrating all of our ancestors, but salute your bloodline.
Who's that?
Salute your bloodline. Where? Oh, that's brother. That's your Uncle Hollywood. We lift up our glass when he had a perm. You see the perm? All right. Hollywood had a perm. Yeah. All right. We lift up our glass and we toast the present moment. We are right now in Imani. Imani, for those that don't speak the language, is a day of faith. So we lift up our glass and we salute this moment, this present moment. This is where all our power lies, family. We lift it up and we say what, Gina?
Ashe.
Ashe. From there we salute our children, our children's children, on to infinity, family. Right? It's a beautiful thought that one day maybe one of Gina's kids or one of her grandkids will one day give birth to me again. And because I have stayed in my child's life, right? She will tell stories to her children, and maybe that child that comes through will be named Hatim. Incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible, family. It's incredible. We come back, so we lift up our glass to our children. Look at your kids and salute them so that they one day, when you pass on, they know that it's their job to salute you. Not just during holidays, but every day. Do you know that in all over the world, not just in Africa, but all over the world, that in spaces, sacred spaces and sacred family holidays, that certain groups of people leave an empty space for their family members? That might be something nice to add. So we salute our children, our children's children unto infinity. We salute all of our relations, because Gina ready to drink. Look at her. She ready to drink. We salute all of our relations, two-legged, four-legged, the wing, the fin, those that swim in the ocean, right? All the elements. We salute all our relations. We say Ashe from near family. We move on to you. We salute you. We lift our glass to you. And with that, we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We wish you what?
Peace, power, and joy in 100 years.
Peace, power, joy in 100 years. Let's drink up. So now back to the conversation. Phone lines are open. This one tastes a little bit different, right? It's wintertime. This one, these changes with the season. Hey. All right. So, back to the conversation. Why do black folks fear Kwanzaa? And the underlying question under that is, are they really fearing Kwanzaa? Or are they fearing being black? And they ain't even fair, because we're going to break that down in just a second. I wish Elder Wakase was on here so he could call in and just kind of school us all on this shit. I know some of the elders out there watching. Y'all better get on these lines, 614-556.
4535.
That's right. Say it again for me, Gina. You know the whole number? 614.
614.
556.
556 4535.
4535. Say it by the future, right? So, hey, all right, now family.
You are listening to Gye-Nyame.
Go ahead, say it.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey.
Remember the next part?
No.
This is a Heart of a Simple production. We on a daily toast. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Family, this is the question. Are people scared to celebrate Kwanzaa? Or are people having problems with being black? Kwanzaa is just the underlying. Kwanzaa is just a symptom. Fearing Kwanzaa is just a symptom. The actual thing is, are people fearing blackness? Now, I go to my sheet. Where my sheet at? Where my cheat sheet? Where my girl? Girl, where?
This call is being recorded.
Somebody on the line. Where you from? Who is it?
It is hot.
Joe Barry.
Joe Barry. We about to have this conversation, man. I'm looking for my sheet from. I just went upstairs and got it. Get up, Gina. Get up.
Okay.
I'm looking for a sheet. It got a circle on it. See if you can find it for me. All right, Joe. The question on the table is, why do black folks fear Kwanzaa? And my question is it really them fearing Kwanzaa? Or are they fearing or scared of being black? Brother Nubis says, hold on. Brother Nubis says a lot of black-oriented shows and movies have made fun of it. Ooh, I ain't even noticed that. They have a problem with being black. Go ahead, Joe. What you think?
Excuse me. I think it's the fear of unknown.
The fear of the unknown. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, when people don't understand something, they fear it. Thanks to y'all, when my kids were young, when you was working, you there?
I'm here, I'm listening.
When you was working at the Afrocentric Club, my kids used to come there when it was y'all. And y'all did Kwanzaa. And I didn't understand it until I went there and listened to y'all explain what Kwanzaa was. And then I understood what it was, and then I got into it.
Right.
So into Kwanzaa, I said, man, this is something I need to learn. So I started learning it. Thanks to the Afrocentric Club and you, and the employees that was there that helped my kids to understand it.
So he's saying that it's fear of the unknown, right? See, I'm looking for a sheet because this sheet breaks down. The sheet breaks down, and I don't know what the hell I did with the sheet, but one of our elders put together a framework that we could look at. Now, so Miss Lowe says they have a problem with being black. They will argue you down that they are American, not black, and they definitely aren't African. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we hit it from a whole lot of different perspectives. But one of the things that I want to present is, and I don't have the paperwork, so I'm gonna have to go from memory. I got it memorized. But Elder Wakesa gives us an emotional spectrum, and out of this emotional spectrum, he teaches that we should focus on 6 major emotions. 3 unbalanced, 3 balanced. The 3 balanced are, as you hear us on the toast, we say we wish you peace, power, and joy. Right? Peace, power, and joy. Right? But the unbalanced ones, the ones that are kind of emotional GPS. All of them are emotional GPS because they let us know if we're going in the right direction. We have scared, sad, and mad, or sad, mad, and scared, right? And with each one of these emotions, Elder Wakesa talks about asking key questions. So now, when I was in my shower this morning thinking about this, because I seen Navita's post, and I was like, damn, this is something we need to discuss. And I'm sitting in the shower and I'm thinking about it. I turn on the cold water and like a shock, boom, it hits me. Like, it's not Kwanzaa. It's blackness. We got a new person on, Aruko Abdul Just Sanguinis. I don't speak for they, but I have a problem being called black more than I have a problem with the fact I don't celebrate holidays. You have a problem with being called black. Maybe you might need to call in so we can have that discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love, I would love to hear this, because the whole piece for me is black is who let me put it this way. Black is who I am. Right? When I say black, because people say black don't have a land or a territory associated with it. I could dig that. But being black connects me to a certain area of land, but don't limit me to that land. You understand what I'm saying? Because being black is a global phenomenon. Right? So when I say black, I'm connected to something bigger than Africa. I'm connected to something bigger than America. I'm connected to something bigger. At least I believe. Right? So now, my question to people are, why do you have a problem with it? Does it make you mad? Does it make you sad? Or does it make you scared? See, because a lot of us don't want to deal with these emotions, but until we identify and ask the questions, like, for example, Elder Wakesa say that when we talk about, when I look at the question, be like, I'm scared to be black. I'm scared, right? What's the danger? Ask your question, what's the danger? So that you can be able to focus in on what the danger is and then negate that danger. You can start asking for the support that you need to be who you are. Sad. I'm sad about being black. What's the loss? What have you lost by being black? What's the loss? Is it something that you need to mourn? And get over it. Mourn. Let out all the sadness that you have about being who you are and start embracing it, because you can't change. I don't give a fuck what you change your name to. I don't care what, you know what I'm saying? I don't care where you move. I don't care how much money you make. You can't escape this. It's here. It's an identifier. It's the perfect tool to be used to separate humanity. And it's being used, and it's been indoctrinated in all of us. So we can all run around and be like, well, we all bleed red blood until the police pull us over. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't bleeding the same red. Everybody's not bleeding the same red blood when the police pulling us over. You know what I'm saying? So the piece that I'm saying, we got somebody else on the line. Who else on the line? I'm sorry, we got somebody from Columbus. Who on the line?
It's Brother Renee.
What's up, Brother Renee? This is one of my big brothers, right?
That's right, brother.
This is one of my big brothers, right? So, those of you,
I know, Brother Renee.
What's up, Brother Renee? What's your thought on this, my friend?
What is the real problem with the real problem?
Go ahead.
Counseling and all.
Oh, okay. The real problem is the same problem that they put inside of us, the fear of death. When we fear death, that means we scared to get back in contact with the ones that we love. You understand? And the ones that we don't even know before they came before us. So when they touch on that, they're scared to go outside of their self to be their self. You understand? Because the white man has pushed them so far out that they cannot even relate to anything unless it's put on something where they can see it in the Bible or the Quran or something like that. They're not even going. We thought there was a Bible way before there was a Quran. We taught this that I already been doing this. Shared, and so they'd rather do anything. The self-hatred is unseen violence that's put down inside of them and where they can't even see. You understand who they are. the greatness in us. If we could just do this, believe me, oh yeah, oh yeah. The average Irish person don't even understand that when they celebrate St. Patrick's Day, that's a celebration of a mass murder. So
Right.
So that's one of the things that our people don't understand. So when they're talking about being Christians, that was the Western way of saying Christian. It was Christos. You understand? And that was the way that our ancestors looked at it, and they didn't even practice no Western way of Christianity. That came long time after.
Now, and another piece is that we have to understand that going back to the holidays and all this, holidays are established by cultures and communities to maintain the structure of the culture. Now, let me give you an example. During slave days, I know some of y'all don't believe
Without a doubt.
I know some of y'all out there, and I'm not talking to the present couple, but some of y'all out there believe that slavery didn't happen. But let's just say, right, during slave days, the slave owner would have to prescribe certain days so that those of us that was in captivity would be able to release emotional energy. I need y'all to understand this, right? So when I'm forming a society, I have to put in place a place where people can release an emotional energy and make a connection so that they will value where they are, as well as not tear that shit down. Because when you get a people that are repressed, and when you have a people that don't celebrate something, right, or don't release, all that energy builds up, and it makes it easier for them to have a rebellion. So you could go to the plantations, and you can see how these holidays will be instilled there. You could go to any society, and you can see the society is less about the religious significance, you know what I'm saying, and more about social control than anything else.
Kind of breaking up.
You understand what I'm saying? So family, sometimes these phone lines, even though I'm paying for them,
you 100% on
you know what I'm saying? So the whole piece is,
like you say, we preach it to the choir. It's the ones that we need to watch out with, and we have to be. John Henry Clark, our teacher, made sure that we did that, and we have to teach with a happy face. You understand what I'm saying? When it's time to put that mug on is when you got the truth and you refuse to obey to the truth. Well, then you go ahead and take the wrath of your oppressor, because that's what's going to come to you. We're at war, and they don't understand it.
A lot of people don't understand that.
At war. Since we've been in this country, and even in our motherland since the Caucasian came in there. And that goes for the Asian, too.
Let me tell you,
Asian. They've always warred against our principles because they admired them. They admired how we got along, and it took a lot of time to bring this strife and division between us. Oh, how did they implement it, though?
Not only
they did it through color, they did it through education, they did it through financial wealth or whatever that they could do to keep us separated.
No, but the major.
It's real deep. We have a job, and that's our job, to make sure that our babies carry this on.
That's right. That's right.
And some of them don't have to be out of our law. Whoever takes the message, whoever takes the drink of the cup and puts it down inside of it, those are the ones that we want.
Right.
Because a lot of times our own people don't want this. You understand what I'm saying? They say something wrong with you. I love when somebody says that I'm too black. I just want to know what a too black person is.
Me too.
That's what I really would like to see.
Me too.
I want to see one because I know some too black people, and I love being around them. You understand? They ain't black enough. You understand? We can't get black enough. That. How about I can't get black enough people? You understand? So, that's what I want you to call me. I can't get black enough. Yeah. So and it's amazing how we look at people and don't and Captain, the football player, he's too black now. Yes.
Right.
But he's too black.
Hey.
Because his mind, it's the mindset is too black.
Now,
that's what we're dealing with is our mind.
We're dealing with our mind.
So, yeah,
now, hold on. This is what I want to tell you. Think about this. Think about this. We're living in a time that I call a time of new heroes and new legends. It's a time for us to start creating holidays for us. You understand what I'm saying? It's the time. It's a time for us to start celebrating who we are. Now, and when you left out a group because you said the Asians, the West Asians, which I challenge anybody on this piece. There is no Europe. There's only West Asia. Because show me where Europe is separated from Asia. You got West Asians, you got Central Asians known as Arabs, and you got the East Asians, and these motherfuckers have been knocking on our doors trying to get in and get at us for a very long time. So we try to hide a lot of times behind. Huh? You say what?
I said Chancellor Williams said it. You put the book out there. Nobody picks that book up. You understand? Or if you can't read like I couldn't, get it on tape and listen to it. You'll be able to absorb what he's saying to you. We've been at war since we allowed them to come in. You understand? Because that's our nature, our hospitality. You understand? We have empathetically don't do people wrong. You understand? And it took a long time for them to make us do each other wrong. You know, so you dead on it, Hatim.
Family, we have a lot of work to do because now this is the piece. Resolve your emotional issue. Resolve your emotional issue, family. You know what I'm saying? Resolve the fact whether you're mad, sad, or scared, or what combination it is. Because listen, family, when somebody look at you and be like, "You too black," we need to start asking the question, "What do you mean?" I don't understand. How can I be too much of what the fuck I am? How do you do that?
Right.
How do you do that?
I don't understand that. I don't understand. And then, you understand, here's the hint, what you just said out here when you was talking about, you understand, see, when we was in the meeting, I love my little brother that said, I don't have to put the garb on, you know what I'm saying? Because, see, you know, we got these Walmart garb wearing Negroes.
Right.
Talking black. You understand? But when the heat get up underneath them, oh, they'll throw that dashiki away, put it back in the car. I don't want to wear that. You understand? I got dashikis all the way when we came to the African Center. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't defy my blackness. That's just my culture. I don't have a goddamn cowboy hat nowhere in my fucking house. You understand what I'm saying? But I got cousins who walk around with cowboy boots on and shit. You understand? And talking. And I ride a horse very well. I was raised around horses. I ride them very well. You understand? So the thing about it is, we were conditioned. You understand? I love nice clothes, but that doesn't define me as being an African, being black, man. I'm a black man, and that's what blows people away. So when they talk to me, they swear up and down, I'm getting ready to have a conversation against Negroes. Well, you got the right one to pick. You understand? If just because the way you look at the way I'm dressed, I will crush your whole world with anything you say, and you probably will avoid seeing me or talking to me. You understand? Because I go against anybody that hates themselves so bad that you think because you can dress up the outside and look like them, walk like them, maybe even marry them motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? Sleep with them, however you want to do. Yeah, I got white boys that give me rounds and shit for rifles and all that, but I let them know you still a Caucasian. You understand what I'm saying? And the way that you act is the way that you act in the cave. Now, how you treat me, it might be good, but I want you to treat a motherfucker that you don't know that looks like me the same goddamn way then. You understand what I'm saying? So you know, and I'm not going to push the issue on trying to make you love me. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you like me or not, fuck you. You understand? That's how I feel about it.
Hold on for a sec. Hold on, family.
Brother Renee,
go ahead.
Brother Renee, I always get knowledge from you if you know who I am. And every time I run into you, meet Joe Berry.
Hey, Joe.
Hey. I always get good knowledge from you. No, man, I'm in Columbus.
He in Columbus. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe.
Yeah. All right. Tattoo Joe.
Yeah. Tattoo Joe. That's right.
Yeah. Right. What guy used to do tattoos, but me and you used to always talk all the time.
24/7.
I learned a lot from you when I see you. You know, we in the parking lot.
Didn't you go in to be a mason or something?
Yeah, I'm a shriner.
Right, and I had to crack your head on that and let you know where they stole that from. You understand? I went over there to your lodge with Huff and them. They didn't even want me to show that DVD. You know, because and there's a couple brothers in there that do want to know, and I'm glad for them. You know, but when you're funded by the enemy, you understand, that go with any other organization. When you're funded, and it says, okay, this is the NAACP. But the deep core of it is all Zionist bullshit, man. You understand what I'm saying? To keep us, that's who funds you. You cannot talk the way that you want to talk. You understand what I'm saying? And Joe, I'm glad to hear from you, man.
Oh yeah. When I'm in meetings, I'll talk about it. I'll tell them.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you will.
No.
Yeah. Huff already know. He know, but he, once you got people. The thing that they told me, the sovereign Grand Master of Ohio told me, that's John Pitts when he was there. He's my insurance agent, right? And so I put all that aside, but he still had to be able to, he came back to me and said, man, where you get this at? Fucked him up, right? You understand? So he said, I can't do this in the lodge. So, if he can't do that in the lodge, he can't talk about that in the church when I give him some shit on that.
Now, hey, but you know what? Renee.
What's that, Hajem?
One of the major pieces we have to start establishing is those orders and those organizations that recognize us. I mean, we miss opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Like, for example, on campus, why aren't there any black true, like they got the Greeks, you know what I'm saying? Why isn't there any
fraternity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
black fraternity.
Why isn't there
the original black fraternity?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the Kappas, the Qs, all them. Those are Greek society.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Like when we used to go up there with Nomo and Dr. Kelsey, and all them, and Sapet and them, we had a good base there, but you see how they dismantled us being the African culture group over there.
But
matter of fact, they moved the shit off campus and put it on Mount Vernon, didn't they?
No, well, no, they kept that there for a while. But the issue, like for example, I was talking to the elders at one point in time because I started an organization called MAC, and I was trying to get guidance. But they was telling me you shouldn't start an organization, and I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? This don't make no goddamn sense to me. But now we got young people that's gonna be coming in. We have to be able to equip them, like with your video library that you're talking about building, and the other stuff that we're talking about doing. We got to be able to train these people so that they could go out. Right. And start building these type of organizations. Why? Because one, it'll start leaking the information deeper into the community. We got street boys that come to us. And why don't we have an outside of college fraternal organization? Because that's all Masons are, a fraternal organization. You see what I'm saying? These are organizations. These are organizations that branch.
100%.
These are organizations that are branched. When you look at their development, they are branched from the temple. Yeah. These are organizations that are branched from a temple. Now, what did we used to use back in the day to initiate people into the skills? Right. We used temples. Jamas, we call them right now. Nowadays, we call them Jamas. Now, the whole piece that I'm saying is, we miss golden opportunities to really move our people to another level because we think that we got to hog this information. No, we need to get it on the college campus. We need to get it to the elementary schools.
Absolutely.
We need to be able to step in there with societies that can keep it going. Like, for example, I talk about paying the cultural taxes. Every time I see you up in the Taiwan, you breaking off. You know what I'm saying? We pass around the plate, right. Boom. You dropping it, and I'm sitting up here, yo, why isn't everybody else taking our culture seriously like this? You know what I'm saying? Because this is one thing that black folks don't want to deal with. Where your money
But
goes, where your money goes is where your money goes is where your worship flows. Most people don't want to admit what they worship. Go ahead.
I'll be going in the barbershops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Selling movies. And when I'm in the barbershop selling movies, you know, when I first started doing it about 10 years ago, I just started easing it in, you know. And then it was like people were looking forward to see me to ask me questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I dropped Hidden Colors 1 on them. You know what I'm saying? So and then you don't even know. A lot of times I give them Hidden Colors away because knowledge is to be given and given freely. Each time you go to a different degree in Masonryism, you understand, you have to pay money. You understand? But back in Kemet, you couldn't even be a master mason until you was about 40-some years old. It took 40-some years to get to even think about being a master mason. Not no grand sovereign master, no 33 and a third, just above freezing. No, you know what I'm saying? So that stuff right there is okay, but what we have to do, most definitely, Joe, we invite you out to the Tyree Village, Joe.
Cause
I'm telling you, man.
We about to go to a whole nother level, family, because this is the peaks. It's
Joe, you much needed, man. You very much needed, Joe, because I know for a fact where you done came from and what you done done, you know?
Right,
and the type of people that you can, when you're dealing with certain people in Shrinerism or whatever, no matter what they look at, it's the condition of our people. And if that organization is not changing the condition of our surroundings, then we need to grab them to have them help us. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take and hide the knowledge we given, and you ain't got to pay for it. You understand? Even though we take outside contributions.
Oh no, but hold on.
But we're not going to press you about that.
Hold on now. I'm gonna say this. Because now, when we start forming societies and people start wanting to be part of it, they're going to automatically give. There's no way they're not going to be able to give. Now, Miss Christine, Miss CeeLo says, I think we need not think of Kwanzaa as a holiday because it's a culture. A culture. Those principles need to become a part of our lives 365. This is why I came up with the.
That's right.
This is why when we pour libations, when we do the daily toast, I only say Imani. Today, for some of y'all, is that day. Y'all got a name for it that you've been taught. I say today is Imani. Each day I apply a principle to
Imani.
it. Right. And the reason I do that is because, as Brother Renee says, we have to start changing minds. Now, what we're going to notice at Kwanzaa this year is there's going to be more people at Kwanzaa than at any other time. We are back in a reawakening period. If we was to click back 20 years, we would see there was an awakening period. And if we click back 20 years before that, we would see another awakening period. We go through cycles. Life is a cycle that goes round and round, and to the laws of Ma'at, I'm bound. We always come to these cycles. Now, we are conscious of it now. What I'm saying is, family, we need to move on this moment and create those organizations that will solidify how we live and see life. See, because people talk about Kwanzaa being problematic. Check this out. Y'all got people in government today that want to keep and erect monuments to traitors. To traitors to the very country that they're serving. We pay taxes. There's no motherfucking way that any Confederate soldier should ever be recognized by the United States of America and celebrated. Now, but that's their hypocrisy and that's their history, and they will back that up. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's screaming, hey, you being too white. You know what I'm saying? We'll protest, but you know, you had a right to have your boom, 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 but people recognize the hypocrisy. And family, we have to, first off, we have to get into developing us and building us and being proud of who we are, and get away from being sad, mad, and scared about who you are, and start asking those critical questions and start doing that personal work. And it's not just personal, doing that family and group work. As men, we need to come together and start building, and so that we can be of the right mind state to protect our women and protect our community. Because any culture, any community without borders, see, because right now we're so open that a motherfucker that's a Central Asia could come into our community, take all of our money out every week, never pay a dime of tax to us. You know what I'm saying? And we think, oh, that's the way it's supposed to be. Family, any people that allow people to just take their money and walk out without paying. America don't do that shit. You don't see China just coming in here bringing in shit for free and being able to take money out for free. They charge. And we got to start doing the same thing in our communities. We got to start doing it. If you want to set up here and you want to say it's 85% black people here, there's a tax. Motherfucker will get up and move up out this community. I'm just. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's black. Now, Brother Joe Berry mentioned a comment. He said, he asked, I don't know how you did this, Joe. You said black as no land, but I thought that Kemet means the land of the blacks. Now, it does. But they don't even call Kemet no more, do they? You know what I'm saying? That's gone. Nope. So the argument that people have, they don't do that. The argument that people have.
They don't even call it Kush. They don't even want to recognize it as Kush
at all.
You're
so
right.
What we have to do is, because when we say black, we connect ourselves to the earth. You understand what I'm saying? We establish our connection to the earth. We got to understand. See, because family, I'm not one to say that we was here before, but I know some of us were. Before slavery, we was doing trade with our Native American brothers and sisters. We was doing trade long before they were. So some of us were here, right? Norma used to tell us about Mansa Musa's older brother, I think it was Sunni Ali, I might be wrong, that left the kingdom to Mansa Musa and took ships and sailed across the sea. Never came back. Now, the point that I'm trying to raise is this. When we say black, it connects us to the whole globe. Now, when we say African, it limits us to African. You see what I'm saying? It limits us to there. But we know that the initial kingdoms in damn near every place was us. But we want to limit ourselves to a landmass. Family, we need to connect ourselves to something higher. We still claim Africa. We still connect with Africa, but we need to be able to connect with our folks over here too. We need to be able to connect with our people in West Asia too. We need to be able to connect with our people in Central Asia and East Asia as well. We need to be able to connect with our people in Australia. We need to be able to connect with everybody, because family, one of the reasons that I'm believing that we was brought over here, family, was not to serve them. Not at all. That was part of the crucible that we went through. But our job is to get this whole motherfucking planet together, family. That's our job. But we can't do that until we get ourselves together first. I'm just saying. That's just me. So we got a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Because people fear when you start talking about loving yourself. Because they think that it means that you're being exclusive. But it don't mean that at all. It don't mean that at all. What it means is that it means that you are a logical being. It means that you are healthy. Because who else will put others before them? And in our culture, we did that shit. We'll welcome you in. We'll make sure that you got a comfortable place to lay. We'll give you food. And that shit backfired on us. I'm just saying I'm not doing that shit no more. We're not doing that shit no more. All right, family. Listen.
Right.
I got to get up and get out of here and get ready for the people that's coming to Elder Imhotep Wellman's going home service. We keep the conversation popping. The timeline.
I'll see you there, bro.
All right, cool. And if you and Miss CeeLo coming, Hotep, peace. If y'all coming,
so we coming.
Okay, cool. Tell her I will share the list of the ancestors with her up there. So
She's downstairs listening to you.
I know she's still typing in. All right, family.
You know who she is.
I know she is. So all right.
Great queen, baby.
Hey, and hold on. Brother Nubis says, especially in places like Papua New Guinea, a lot of those people are being slaughtered by Filipinos. See, all over the world, family, all over the world, we are under siege, and the only group with the power to save us and then save humanity, if we want to go that route, is us. We have been dropped in the belly of the beast. This motherfucker here, this country that we belong, this country that we created. You know what I'm saying? Hell, that we belong. This country that we created, that we built, is the most powerful country in the world. And we have the ability to take control of this motherfucker and make sure that folks that look like us are treated right. Because if you start treating black folks right all over the planet, you're going to treat everybody else right. That's the bottom line. But nobody will respect you or yours more than you. And that's what we got to start telling people. If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect somebody else to respect you?
Absolutely. You know, and people see when our young children see us respect each other, you know what they'll do? They'll respect each other too.
That's right.
But when they see us don't respect each other, oh, that stupid motherfucker over there, look at that dumb son bitch right there. And we do that. And you riding in the car with them, so that negativity goes into them, so everybody that they see is so much self-hatred, or just, oh, he from Africa. I ain't no goddamn African. Oh, that old dumbass stuff. Yeah, you are, man. It's sad, man. We got work to do, just like you said. I'm going to tell you this, Tim, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It was right on time the other day.
Yes, it was.
I need that. I need that school. My volunteer skills are straight. Anytime y'all need me, I'll be right there. You understand? To volunteer. You know, because I went home and thought about that all night, man. That brother, I remember him when he came in. You know, he was young.
Very young.
You know, and to take it in. It's like you, Ishmael, all them, you know, Brother Butch, you know Butch when you see him. You know, man, it ain't too many of us left that's trying to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm proud to say that I'm part of a family, man. You know, that makes me feel good, man.
And think about this. Brother Renee, it's only starting, because think about this. Think about when we really start getting serious and we really start building and we start getting behind the wall. You know what I mean when I say behind the wall. And you got brothers being released, and they got it in their heart.
Right.
And we able to help them get on their feet.
Dropping that knowledge in on them to understand the perpetuation of being incarcerated behind that wall, that you can free yourself through the automatic teachings and disciplines that was really put inside of you.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And so to do that, you know, you got religion, you got Islam, you got all. That's great. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you like it is. I did time. As soon as I got out, wouldn't see my PO. That spike was in my arm. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And the game was back on because didn't know who I was. You know. So you know. But I'm grateful that I have not seen fit to be behind the wall again since I got woke up, only to go in there to teach.
Family,
I'd like to say this.
Go ahead, sir.
Renee, they need to do. People need to do what Renee did to me when we was talking about knowledge. When he was saying Hidden Colors 1, he threw that at me and said, "Here, watch this and get back at me." Well, after I watched it, man, I started getting thirsty for knowledge. I started looking, researching, and looking for more knowledge, and that's how it got started with me. And like I said, Hot Team, when I was going to the Afrocentric Center with my kids, you know, I learned what Kwanzaa was. It was all new to me, and I was in my 20s then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not afraid to say I'm 55 now, so I've been searching for knowledge ever since.
And now,
you getting old, man.
hey, we all getting old because I'm about to be 50 myself. But check this out. Check this out. I want y'all to think about this. Not only,
I'm sitting up here laughing, right?
I'm proud to be old.
Me
man.
too.
A lot of my friends didn't make it to 55.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. And I'm glad that I helped you and that y'all helped me to make it to 63.
That's
so,
right.
You know, that's something in my spirit, man. Y'all helped me just like I helped you, you know?
So
you know, that's one of the things. But I'm gonna check out brothers, and I'll see you at MHOTEP's thing. Peace.
yes, sir. Peace out, family. This has been, I need to let you know, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simmer production. We have just done a Daily Toast, and we discussed the problem of people's fear of Kwanzaa. And really, is it the fear of Kwanzaa? We discussed whether or not it was actually fear of blackness. So, and it's a Heart of a Simmer production. Hey, the discussion does not have to end here. Listen to the show. Post your comments up. Post your thoughts, because you never know what you have to say. You never know how it will affect someone else. Please, family, we got to build. We got to build. I am out. I didn't do the music, baby. Oh, you my producer now? Uh-oh. So that means I'm supposed to pay you money. Producers get paid. Hey, Clay. Get ready to get out of here. We gotta go to the barbershop. You ready?
Am I staying here, Lo?
Huh?
Am I staying here?
Yeah, you stay here. I'm gonna take Clay to the bar. Get your mom's number so you can call her when you get done. Cause I gotta make sure we can cut today.
Oh my
We
God!
gonna be the first ones up in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. I thought they said one because it started at 2. You want to be open at 12? Yes, sir. All right, cool. I'll be over there. All right, wait, hold on. What time is it? All right, Cleve. All right, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way up there. Cleve, we got to cancel, bro. They need me there at 12, so I'm on my way up to the school now.
What'd you say?
We got to cancel, man, because they want me at the school at 12. So I'm going to be up there 5 hours. God damn.
5?
Yeah, there you go. It don't start till 2.
A funeral? Why do you have a funeral out of school?
Huh?
Why do you have a funeral out of school?
Where else we gonna go? What's the school for? Come on.
Drink. Hey, yo, I don't have to go to the barbershop. Thank you. Yeah, baby, celebration. It's a what? Grandma already has American Girl doll. Really? Yeah. But this one's from somebody else. Really? Oh. She said it was for me first. And then she changed her mind? Yeah. Maybe you did something bad. No, I didn't. She just tricked me.
Yeah, I tied her up. Sasha, help me. Help me tie her up, Sasha.
No.
Please.
I'm not helping you.
Betray
You did it to me.
Please stop. I don't like that. I'm not playing.
Here, Mommy.
You and your daughter some punks. The fakest cry ever. Mommy, you know deep in your heart that was fake. Look, ain't no tears coming down her eyes. Man, y'all some punks. What's your phone?
It's dead.
You put it down.
Yes, I did. Cleve didn't want me to, so he took it.
We'll bring it to him.
Oh, he already took it. I'll try it down the basement.
It's on charge?
Yeah, it's down the basement. But my head still hurts. Good thing my earrings didn't fall out.
Yeah.
You said you like my earrings. I want to untie
We'll
it.
bring it little piece of toilet paper to wipe it.
Okay. Wait, I need to go now. Cover it. This is my last day getting my ear pierced. Helping my mom, not my main brother. I want to pour it. Can I pour it? Can I pour it? Pour it. And I want to wipe it.
Okay. You have to put some more on it.
Okay.
So it'll be white.
I can't see it.
Me?
No, Gina.
What are they playing now?
I don't know what that crazy boy's doing.
He's playing Roblox. He said, Daddy said he want to pick him up from the barber shop.
I said I will. Let me ask Daddy if you want me to take him to the barber shop.
Mommy, is Gina gonna stay here? Or are we gonna go? What? Because I don't want to see her.
You don't want to see your sister?
No.
Why? She's the
Because
oldest sister you got.
I don't care. She's still mean to me. So you don't like. So you say you don't like Brian. I already do like Brian. He's only the Wait, what?
The oldest brother.
He's older than Peter.
Sacha, go to my room, bring my phone. So we can play music. No matter.
That's why you that's horrible. That's why that's horrible. Your legs be falling. Your legs be falling off. Yes, you're not.
Look. You do dance horrible. So when somebody says something to you and you know it's not true, don't let it bother you. You hear me? Just ignore them and see if they're going to say anything again.
Here, Mommy. Here.
Put on the table, baby.
Hey! What are you supposed to do? I'm supposed to get the... Tea. Can I pick the music, please? Wait, what is
Let
this?
me see.
What is that?
What up?
Me.
What type of what extra look like to do?
I'm gonna put on you if you don't want me to.
I will beat you up. That's what
Stop. I don't have it.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Stop!
I'm not touching you. So, he still says stop.
And Lala and Lala died.
Ugh!
Wage Nathan, 1957, and they sincerely married.
I'm not.
In Las
What am I
Vegas
supposed
in
to do?
1958, however, they had a public ceremony a few months later in
Why she?
Utah. They had 4 children together: Scott, Anthony, Shanula, Jen, David James, Jamie, and Amy Hart Redford. Sadly, their son Scott died of sudden infancy at 2.5 months old. The two divorced in 1985, but they remain close and still keep in touch.
Your cooking is pretty good. Send them to the light.
It was not long after Kelly Preston's first divorce that she met John Travolta. The two met on the set of The Experts and fell in love. They got married in 1991. They had 3 children together. Oh, let me go to that. No, food is ready, Sasha.
Shouldn't have. How do we take off his stupid necklace? No.
want Milo?
No. I just need to play.
I just wanna rolly, whatever it is.
Rolly with a diamond. Oh, yeah. Call you even tell me the game. So you don't have to play. Yes, I do. You say you don't care. Come here. Where's your gun? You're not answering. What are you playing? That's Cleveland, you know. No, nothing. You can jump on reading machines too. Just get some handcuffs. Did you handcuff yourself? Unhandcuff. But handcuff yourself too. You like, no, not on my one. Just get taxi. I got a battery. You still in your car. Let me go open my door. I know I have them. Mommy, they don't let me play. There.
Why would you do that? Sasha, leave it on the floor.
Why?
Because I'm about to do something. Leave it on the floor. Get it and give it to her. And say, I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's okay.
I am sorry.
Sorry. It can't go. Cry baby. Cry baby. Wait, where did she go? She went your face. That's it. You're not getting any back. Mommy. Oh, no.
So, stop, sir. I'm reading.
I can. I hate all of you. Even you thought to cry baby. Wait, what? I want my secret house. Woohoo! Got some chicken.
No, take it back.
Oh,
We're cooking.
awesome.
Take it back, please.
Billy, you're cooking or we're cooking?
We are all cooking.
You can't go anywhere. Ha! All the gates are locked.
What?
Oh, I hurt.
Your what?
I hurt.
Let me see your mouth.